I turned on the TV, what a sorry sight. Left us out there hugging every terrorist in the night. And they scream from the river to the sea while rockets fly. Then cry when the bad guys make the good guys die. They'll defend every dictator from Tehran to Havana. Long as he hates America, he's their kind of man. Oh, it ain't right and left no more, it's right and wrong. The left keeps picking the bad guys every time they sing their song. They love the tyrants, the thugs and the crooks, while the rest of us are working and reading the good book. Blue states are broken, red states are rolling in dough, but they still scream tax the rich like it's some kind of show. They march with blow-up rats in rainbow capes, blue-haired Karens and beta males in their safe space parade. They glue themselves to the road for the climate today. Tomorrow they're blocking traffic for some new Marxist play. They'll cancel your job if you don't use the right word, but defend every groomer and pedophile they've ever heard. It ain't right and left no more, it's right and wrong. The left keeps backing the bad guys, singing the same old song. They cheer for the terrorists, the socialists, the crooks, while their cities burn down and they rewrite all the books. Blue states tax you till you're broke, red states let you keep your pay, but they still scream, eat the red, every single day. California's bankrupt, New York City's a mess, Chicago's on fire and they blame it on right-wing stress. They spend like drunk sailors on every dumb idea, while red states are thriving with low taxes and cold beer. They print more money than a counterfeit ring, then wonder why inflation's got the middle class on the brink. They say they're for the people, but they hate the working man. They love every tyrant with a 5-year plan. From Hamas to Maduro, from Beijing to Tehran, if he hates America, he's their kind of man. It ain't right and left no more, it's right and wrong. The left keeps choosing evil every time they play that song. They'll back the bad guys, the thugs and the crooks, while the rest of us are praying and reading the good book. Blue states are dying, red states are doing just fine, but they'll keep on spending till they run out of other people's dimes. Yeah, it ain't about left and right anymore, it's about right and dead wrong. Pass the beer, boys. We got work to do.
All right, hello everybody and welcome. Hold on, let me do one quick thing here. There we go. That'll be a little bit less noise for you guys. All right, hello everybody and welcome. This is the Sights and Sounds of Earth. My name is Ian, and I'm going to be your humble host this evening, as always, through this little journey where we take a little trip around the world. Right now on the upper left, we've got live scenes from LaGuardia Airport in New York. Planes are landing and taking off. Very busy airport there. In the upper center, we've got Old Faithful. It's going to go off in about 37 minutes, so we're keeping an eye on that. And tonight's liberal success story, just another success story for the liberals there. I want to show you guys. We've been all week long here, we've been highlighting the success that liberals have had city building, and all the success that liberals have had, period. Wow, just lots of success there. Way to go, liberals. Every town you've touched is a piece of shit. So there you go. You're very good at it. I don't know what's wrong with you, stupid liberals. Anyway, look, you know what? Who comes out and says something like, hey, what if we just let all the prisoners out of jail and we stop putting them in? And then maybe nobody will be pissed off at the cops anymore. I mean, that's the kind of stupid shit you get out of these people. Anyway, come here. Look what I got. Yes, my new little baby comes running to me out there, and I have to bring him in here with me. He went from feral to in love with humans. All it took was a little bit of wet food, a little bit of air conditioning, and a lot of loving, and I now have it. There you go. Look, we pulled the monitor down. What the hell's going on over here? How the hell did that happen? What the freak? How the hell did that even happen? Jeez, give me a break. I deserve a break today. Okay. All right, I've got my setup going. I've been working on getting this setup to where everything works really well and everything looks really good. Because I can't have as many monitors in here, I just don't want to pile it up too bad. I'm actually using 4 of my old phones. Here you can see different things here. I'm using old phones and my tablet to augment the fact that I don't have 11 screens in here that I can see. And so what this is helping me quite a bit to be able to have all of the resources at my disposal that I'm used to having. Okay. Boy, what a night. Hey, Pickled Bird. Hey, Dispatch Jungle. Deploribus, welcome everybody. Dispatch, thank you guys all for being here. Matt, Cat, and anything else that ends in at. And Zen, thank you guys all for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. It just works. And yeah, as someone mentioned, it just works. First one in tonight. Thank you for being here. RWL, welcome in. And let's see if I missed anybody. I'm sorry if I missed you, but I think I got everybody. But welcome to the show tonight. This is the Sights and Sounds of Earth. Right here on Starship Adventures, we broadcast 7 nights a week on YouTube, the world's largest broadcast platform, and we broadcast worldwide. And we're broadcasting tonight from the auxiliary control room, or the battle bridge. As the life support system is still out up on the main deck. So there you go. I will be doing the show from here until I can afford a mini split or life support system, whatever you want to call it. All right, let's see. And again, I'm not asking for money. There's no way I can raise enough money on here to buy an air conditioner anyway. I've got this figured out. I'm getting through it, and we'll get back into the big studio before long. Then we can deal with the blue screen of death on the other computer, which may just be caused by higher temperatures. If not, I believe it's a failing memory, and I have 2 memory sticks, so I'll be able to alternate memory sticks till I can figure out which one is bad, and then I'll just order a replacement. I think I took a power hit. I've got a lot of weird anomalies with equipment, but everything's still working. That usually means it's some kind of a power hit, and that wouldn't have anything to do with the air conditioner, because that's bearings. Oh, my bearings. All right, name the movie. That would be a double bonus on that one if you could name the movie. Or actually, not name the movie. Name the character, because I'm not exactly sure which movie or which show it was in. But name the character. Oh, my bearings. All right, so Let's see here. Yep, give us a thumbs up, guys. They're free. You get as many as you want every month. It's not like Disney Fast Pass. Yeah, man, give us that thumbs up. I appreciate it. And yeah, as always, all month long, we're trying to do a drive to get as close to 100 thumbs up as we can every show, and we're doing pretty good. The algorithms are up a bit this week, which is nice, and more people are starting to find us. As you guys know, as a conservative talk show on YouTube, we do get shadow banned quite a bit. It just is what it is. I don't know who's responsible or how it happens, nor am I casting any disparaging light. I'm just saying we do not get the exposure. There is left-wing shows out there that have no talent, no good cameras, no background, no sound system, no nothing, and they've got 1 million viewers. It's like, give me a break, okay? But that's okay. We're going to trudge on here, and I'm going to do it no matter who shows up. So how about that? All right, so here we go. Tonight, we've got some pretty bad weather here. Let's start with that. We're not going to spend much time on it tonight. I don't have a lot of storm chasers out tonight. Not a lot of storm chasers out there. So there's just, if you look here, there's like none. So yes, there you go. I don't even see any storm chasers except one guy up here. We've got Adam Lucio here. He is up near this complex right here. Let's take a look at this on the local radar, KBIS. There we go. And a little bit of a hook echo there. I wonder if there's anything to that. Let's take a look at it on the radio velocity. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can see why they're thinking this could produce a tornado. So we're going to keep an eye on this. I'm going to keep him up, and we'll keep this radar on, and I'm going to keep it in velocity mode. He is right ahead of this thing. It looks like he's letting it chase him, and I don't know why. I think it's behind him. But remember, the radar and the GPS, one or the other or both, could be delayed. Hey, Moorhead, what's going on? Hello, everybody. Glad you guys all made it tonight. All right, so we're going to follow this while we're going through the news. But there is some news today. There's nothing real big going on. We're at the point with Iran where I think we're going to have to bomb them all the way back to the 6th century. And excuse this, but they don't have very far to go. Yeah, we're gonna just end up bombing them back to the Stone Ages, or whichever parallel universe they end up in, because we're done with this. They're never ever going to make an agreement and keep it for 47 and a half years. They have been making agreements and breaking them, making them and breaking them, making them. I don't know why Trump doesn't realize this. You know, I don't know if this is a tactic just to make sure that the world doesn't get too upset that he's about to bomb them all the way back to the 6th century. I'm not sure. I don't know, but I've never seen a man so patient in my life with these people. And yeah, these people, they are terroristic people. They're people that no matter where they go, no matter what they do, their Bible tells them, their Quran tells them to go and commit murderous atrocities in the name of the Quran and the name of God. Okay? And that's why we constantly have terrorists. That's what they do. See, when you're born over there, whether you're born in Palestine or you're born in Iran or even Iraq or Beirut, I mean, it doesn't matter. Wherever you're born, when you're growing up and you're getting out of like elementary school, because that's really all there is, when you're getting out of school and you're 12 years old, you got to pick your path. Am I going to go into legitimate business, or am I going to do like my brothers and all my friends and everybody? Am I going to join the Taliban, or am I going to join whatever, one of the terror groups? And that's literally how it is over there. Just like over here, we decide, should I go to college? I don't know if little Jimmy's wanting to go to college, or does he want to go start in the workforce? I'm not sure. Over there, they're like, I don't know if little Habib wants to enter the workforce, or maybe be a terrorist for ISIS. I don't know. Wait, little Jimmy, what do you want to do? Okay, yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'm fine with that, dispatch. Whatever you guys want. You know, I am good. So yeah, absolutely. Let me see what I can do about that. I bet you there's something I can do about that. So I'm gonna check. I don't know. All right, let's see here. What is with the delay on this thing? Okay, it's done. All right, and the other thing is, okay, so what else is going on out there? Let's just move right along because there's not really much to tell on this whole Iran thing. I think the best thing we can do right now is get it done, get it over with, get back to life, and just keep on moving down the tracks. This midterm election's coming quick. We ain't got time to bullshit with this. We got to get this out, get this done, keep the gas prices low. Gas started inching back up again. Negative. We got to get this stopping. Oh yeah, there's Kami Zoran Mamdani, named after a Linux operating system. And he is, yeah, he right now is running for Grand Poobah of the douchebags, okay? And he's winning the race, okay? This guy's a real piece of crap. I'm gonna tell you something. He is the face of the enemy. He is at the spearhead of the foothold situation. And you guys can roll your eyes if you want. I don't care. I'm just gonna put it right out there. This is the tip of the spear in the foothold situation. All right? This is a foothold situation. They're here. They're entrenched. They're on our soil. And they're fighting for their cause on our soil. It's a foothold situation. Think about it. Think really hard. And you tell me if you think I'm right or wrong. This is a foothold situation. Between the Somalis, the Middle Easterners, between all this, everybody from China coming here. I mean, and the commies, and the left going completely communist. The Russian influence through the internet, the Chinese influence through the internet. It's a foothold situation. We got to fight. I don't mean pick up guns or anything. I mean, but we have to politically fight this. They're going to take us over without a shot fired. But that's fine. We got to fix it. We got to win it. We got to beat it. It's a political thing. It needs to be dealt with politically. Oh, the Blue Texans back. When will I admit that I'm wrong about... I've never been wrong about ICE. Everything I've said about ICE is correct. I support what ICE is doing. ICE is doing the same job that that department, no matter what it's been called, has been doing for many, many years. So I don't care about that. Nor are we talking about that right now. You're way off topic. Yeah. Billy, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I do. All right, the next thing I want to talk about, because there's not, like, again, there's nothing we can do about this. I think he's just going to bomb the shit out of him, and that's fine with me at this point, because it needs to end. Because nothing's more important than keeping the socialists out and keeping this foothold situation that we've got going on. They're going to be socialists. There's going to be communists. There already is actually several communists serving right now in the House and the Senate. And now there's more. There's going to be a bunch more. Okay? It's a foothold situation. All right, the Chinese space station, Tiangong Space Station, is making a series of bright passes over the United States and Europe. It's easy to see in the night sky if you know when to look. So you can look it up on the app, like the app you would use to see the ISS. The Chinese space station is now long enough, it's now bright enough that you can easily see it for those brief times of about 40 minutes or so, right before sunrise and right after sunset in the twilight, while the space station is illuminated by the sun. However, the Earth is in night. And when that happens, that's how we can see the space station so clearly. The same thing happens with noculescent clouds. That's vapor that's pushed up way high in the upper atmosphere, and it looks like clouds that glow. and they literally create light. It's amazing what it is. They're reflecting the sunlight because they're so much higher than we are. They're still in the sun. We're in the shade. So basically, that's why we can see them. The same thing happens during rocket launches. You can see the jellyfish plume that comes behind the rocket launch. Just happened a couple more yesterday or this morning or yesterday morning, whatever it was. I told you guys about it. When that happens, that's because the water vapor and the exhaust from the engines on whatever spacecraft they're launching, as it goes through the upper levels of the atmosphere, it's putting a trail. And that trail moves out in a certain pattern that makes it look like a big jellyfish in the sky. And it glows because it's so high in the sky that it's actually in the sun's direct path. Yeah, Blue Texan, I don't even think you're that stupid. I really don't. I think you're actually a little smarter than that. That's the problem, is these idiots don't know what socialism really is. They also don't seem to understand that it's never worked anywhere it's ever been tried. Every single time socialism is tried, it devolves into communism, it has a dictator, and that's the end of the story. Just take a look at any of them. Look at China, look at Russia, look at all the smaller examples. They either fail or they turn into a mess that turns into just a communist, nasty mess. Nothing good has ever been invented in a communist country. There's very few examples. Most every good thing that's happened in the world happens in a free country, and then it catches on everywhere else. Democracy is the seed of creation, all right? And the chance to become wealthy is the drive that makes you do it. That's capitalism, and that's what we have to fight to keep. Because that capitalism is what brought us everything from the polio vaccine to Velcro. Okay, it's that innovation that we get as a country because we have that drive. It's not just that we want to do good and be successful, or just because we're a patriot. It's because we want to be rich. There's nothing wrong with that. No one should be ashamed of that. Yes, America will never make socialism work because we're not going to try it. We will defeat these bastards. The good news about socialism is, generally speaking, the more educated a society is, the less chance it is to fall for some kind of trick like socialism. And we're fairly educated. It's funny how the left always touts how more people on the left get college degrees, when repeatedly we see that people on the right are far more intelligent. People on the left, they feel like they've got their whole thing under control and everything's great, and they're just they're bitching about everything and complaining about everything. You know what? They suffer from depression, depending on the state, 5 to 7 more times than conservatives. It's a terrible thing to be in a party that hates their own country and wants to fundamentally change it from a capitalist system to a socialist communist system. That's disgusting. Who would support that? No, I'm not rich, but I'm going to work hard till the day I die trying to get rich. That's capitalism, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's true the Vulcans might have accidentally given us Velcro. We're not sure. But either way, it was either invented here or it was discovered here. So we'll just leave it there. Star Trek is not socialist. My God, this argument over and over and over again, ridiculous. You're just trying to get me pissed off. I don't care. Star Trek is obviously not socialist. The man that created it was idealistic, even had visions of utopia and grandeur, but it was not socialist at all. In fact, Star Trek one of the big things that was prevalent in the Star Trek universe is everyone had a right to choose to do whatever they wanted. You could join the service, you could join private service, you could do whatever you wanted, just like it is here in a free country. So to say Star Trek is socialist is ignorant. It's somebody that's never watched it before. There's nothing hardly even socialistic about it. People like to compare it to that, but those are people that have never watched it before. Yes, I do like that show very much because you don't know what you're talking about, so it's fine. Yeah, it's a great show. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you can join a marching band too. Yeah. I was a member of a marching band for a while. Not so bad. All right, so let's see. I was no good at playing. I was good at marching, not good at playing. So there you go. Okay. So anyway, the Chinese is their space station is going to be really bright. So they're asking us to take photographs of it in the night sky, if you know when and where to look. The flyby alerts are available. There's a link on spaceweather.com you guys can get. If you see the growing space station, please take its picture and submit your photos to the gallery on spaceweather.com. So there you go. I think that's pretty cool. All right. And finally, well, not finally, next, in space weather news tonight, China has reached Earth's mini-moon. Yeah, it's a mini-moon. It's not really a moon. I don't know why they call it mini-moon. I wish they wouldn't call it mini-moon. But everybody knows that Earth has a moon. But did you know that it also has a mini-moon? Actually, it's got a number of them. And this week, China has pulled up alongside it with an unmanned spacecraft. This is amazing. I think it's great. Maybe God knows what we could learn. Hopefully they'll share what they learn. Who knows? On July 6th, the China National Space Agency Administration, whatever. Hold on, let me see if I can get you guys a better picture of this copy. Hold on, let me see what I can do here. I want to put this up so you can see it. Oh, I did already save it. There it is. Okay. Big ass space rock. Hold on. All right, here's what it looks like. This is the images that they're getting beamed back right now. The China Space Agency announced that the Tianwen-2 probe has arrived at asteroid 469219 Kamo Oswala, a space rock that loops around our planet around once per year. This rock, it doesn't really orbit us, but it does go around us. But it's actually orbiting the star. It's orbiting the sun. So it's technically, they keep calling it this, I don't know. I'm kind of, they call it a mini moon. I would call it a planetoid that's in Earth orbit, but whatever. Okay, so anyway, this was snapped from about 20 kilometers away. The first contact photo reveals a house-sized body tumbling once every 28 minutes. That means it's probably a solid object, as a pile of rubble that would easily spin apart if it were tumbling like this. So they're pretty sure this thing is a solid mass. Kamamolowa, I don't know how to pronounce that, whatever. Why can't they call it John? Is not a true moon. It's actually a quasi-satellite tracing lazy corkscrews around Earth while actually orbiting the sun, which is our star, in near lockstep with our planet. So this thing is very close to us. It kind of goes around us, but it also goes around the sun. It's a crazy orbit. I think I might have a video we can do. Yeah, this kind of explains it. Let me get this link. And let me stick it in here. Sorry, guys. This is why you don't produce and host at the same time, because it's impossible to do both jobs properly. All right, so here we go. This is what the orbit looks like. And the yellow is the actual asteroid that we're talking about. And you can see there how it's circling the Earth. It's just strange how it works. Anyway, they say that, yeah, it's going to go on for centuries like this. It never comes closer than 9 million miles. That's pretty good. We shouldn't have a problem then, right? I wouldn't think. All right, let me turn this off. Hey, hey, Dominus Stank. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Everybody likes a little dank. All right, let's see here. Let me turn the radar back on. Okay, so there we go. And we are watching this storm. Looks like he's following a lowering at this point. Let me see if he's talking. There we go. All right, yeah, this is that storm, and it could produce a quick tornado. It's a rock. Well, yeah, no, it is. It's essentially a space body that's primarily made up of who God knows what. But here's the thing: we could learn from this. Is this from our Oort cloud? Is this an interstellar traveler that got caught in Earth in some strange, weird Earth orbit a million years ago? Who knows? But whatever it is, we could benefit scientifically from gathering material from it. And that's what the Chinese are looking to do. They're going to have time to work on this. The problem is this thing's so far away that there's a delay in the time. It may not be too long. It may be just seconds or minutes, but there's no live control. That's where people misunderstand things. When you're at the moon, there's several second delay. And it can be up to a second and a half or something. And so it's hard to have live, real-time control of something because there's that delay up and the delay down and the delay up. So by the time you see it, it's 3 seconds old, and then you react to it. It's terrible, and the delay gets worse. When you get to Mars, that delay can be 20 to 50 minutes. And so that's where if we ever send a crew to Mars, they will land or crash, and we will have to wait 50 minutes to find out. There is no live help on Mars. All right, so anyway, there we go. There is, boy, that's a hell of a wall of rain he's getting ready to come into there. I hope that I hope you guys are interested in this stuff like I am. It's really good stuff. Okay, so where are we at here? I'm going to leave that up. Lots of alerts coming in. We have one tornado warning right now on this tornado, but it almost seems like he's going towards this down here. So I don't know what he's doing or where he's going, but we're going to continue to watch him. The other tornado is this one here, and it's in the same area, Missouri. and there's no radar close by. So but that's what we have on it. There is a couplet there, and it is moving southeast towards Village of Four Seasons, so we're up. Are we losing our feed? What's going on? What's going on? Let's go back over here to this one. This is that line of thunderstorms that's coming through. And you would think, oh my God, there's a couplet. No, that's the radar site. You have to watch for that. And let's see here. Let's go back to the other tornado warning. This one we have a storm chaser on, but we've lost his feed now. Sometimes I can reset it by just doing this. Nope, it's down. So we'll check back in a few minutes. There we go. Let's put this in motion. That's that system coming down. It's a pretty powerful system. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about tonight is... God, I hate this stuff. A Maryland school district is being sued after parents accused the school officials of hiding their daughter's social gender transition and then citing district policy to justify keeping them in the dark. America First Legal, AFL, is leading a lawsuit on behalf of the anonymous parents identified as John and Jane Doe. The plaintiffs argue Anne Arundel County, and as a matter of fact, I know people from Anne Arundel County. It's just south of Baltimore. The Anne Arundel County Public Schools policies violate their First and 14th Amendment rights, as well as similar provisions of the Maryland Constitution. The lawsuit was filed Wednesday in the U.S. District Court for the District of Maryland. The lawsuit is part of a growing wave of legal challenges targeting school districts with policies allowing staff to withhold information from a student's gender identity from parents. I don't think they should ever hold anything back from the parents, because the parents are solely responsible. How could you hold things back from the parents? It also comes months after the U.S. Supreme Court decision in Marabelli versus Bonta, which America's First Legal says reinforces parents' constitutional rights over decisions involving their child. Ian Pryor, a senior advisor at the American First Legal Counsel for the plaintiffs, said the district ignored that precedent and the law. The school system was referring to our client's daughter by a male name and assuming a male identity for their daughter. And they didn't approve of that. And they weren't told of that. And they didn't find out about it for a while. And then they questioned the school. And they were lied to about it. They were lied to and told, no, everything's fine. There's nothing going on with your son or daughter. No, everything's fine, right? Right, Teddy? Everything's fine. Yeah, we're going to get to that, deploribus. According to the complaint, the dispute began in December 25 after a teacher accidentally emailed the parents using the male name for the daughter. So the school was actively covering this up from the parents. These people should go to jail as far as I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But they were only following orders, right? Yeah, so were the Germans at Auschwitz, and we hung them. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. They then instructed the school to use their daughter's legal name and requested all records regarding this from the school's actions. The complaint alleges school administrators refused those requests. So public information request they're bound by law to provide public information requests. And if you're that student's parents, you can get anything that pertains directly to that student. Anything under public information. The complaint alleges school administrators refused those requests, citing that the district's policies and telling the parents that school staff were required to honor the student's preferred name while they were at school. Months later, another teacher allegedly used the same male name in an email about an upcoming field trip. When the parents questioned, what kind of logistic bullshit is this for these teachers? Oh, I gotta scrub my email so that I use the names that the parents call their kids, and then that way they won't realize that we're calling their kids something else and their kids acting like a girl all day or what. What in the hell is going on? It's really unfortunate this even has to result in litigation because, again, the Supreme Court has been very clear about schools can and cannot do. But what we've really seen throughout the country is that in order to get schools to adhere to the Constitution and adhere to the law of the land, you have to bring them to court and sue the absolute F out of them. That's what you have to do. And then you have to demand that they follow the law. You have to demand that they do what the Supreme Court has said that we are going to do, which is boys are boys, girls are girls, get over it. When you turn 18, you can go get that laparoscopy surgery. I hear they're having a little bit of success with it, although everybody that gets it regrets it. Or you can get the addictomy, where they actually, it's like a fillet cut, and then they circle it and make a round. Yeah, try that too. Hey, what you doing? Just weeks earlier, on June 22nd, 2025, America First Legal filed a separate lawsuit in the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Virginia against Fairfax County Public Schools. The lawsuit alleges that the district's policies violates parents' constitutional rights by allowing school staff to socially transition students, including using different names and pronouns, and allowing changes of clothes at school without notifying parents. The Fairfax litigation remains in its early stages. The litigation also comes amid a broader push by the Trump administration to challenge school policies concerning parents' notifications and gender identity. Earlier this year, the U.S. Department of Education concluded that the California Department of Education remains in violation of the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, FERPA, finding that the state policies pressure school officials to conceal information about students' gender identity from parents. California has pushed back against the federal government's conclusions, and related legal challenges remain ongoing, of course. Anne Arundel County Public Schools declined to comment. We don't comment. We take your tax money, but we don't answer to you. If you don't comment when shit's going on in your school and you choose to not comment, you're not transparent, you're covering it up, and quit taking my money if you're not going to tell me what the F's going on. I am sick of government having no comment. You're not allowed to have no comment. You work for us. We're the boss. What if I walked into Jeff's office tomorrow at my boss and I said, yeah, none of your business? Yeah, I mean, none of your business, dude. Seriously. I know I work for you, but I'm not going to tell you shit. How do you think that would go over? Yeah, no comment. No comment, boss. How do you think that would go over tomorrow at work? These people work for us. We're the taxpayers. We pay their salary, literally. Okay, Blue Texan, this has nothing to do with teachers talking to and working with children. If you can't see the difference, if you think that that this doesn't, I don't know, I don't even know what you think, to be honest. This does not make teachers afraid to do shit, okay? We need to replace all these liberal teachers anyway, and we've done it here. We've done it here. The last liberal on our 12-person board, or 8, 9, I don't know what it is. We got a huge school board. The last liberal on the board is being challenged by a very strong candidate with lots of money, and she's done. And this will be it. Our school board will be a board of conservatives. We've gotten rid of DEI. We've gotten rid of Common Core. We've gotten rid of all of that bullshit. We're trying to completely disassociate with everything to do with the Department of Education and everything else. We don't need this bullshit anymore. We've taken back our schools. You can do it in your state too. It may be a lot harder if it's a blue state. But we got to take back our schools. And that's what we've done here. I did it in the voting box. I took back my schools. I went in and it's a nonpartisan race. So I went in and I researched every one of them. And then I passed out information to all of my friends. I emailed information to everybody I know to make sure that you vote for these people. These are the conservatives. I hate nonpartisan races because it hides what people really feel inside. Yeah, it is surprising to me, Moorhead, how many teachers have an agenda. Now, I also want to mention, I think 99% is high. I think there's a lot of good teachers, but I also think there's more bad ones than good ones if you go nationwide. I really believe that we need to do something like what we've done here, like what we're doing all over Florida and all over the South. We're taking back our schools from these damn liberals. These nonpartisan races have allowed liberals to get into all of these important seats. We've got a place here called Sanibel Island. There's a $7 cover charge just to go across the bridge. It's a huge island. On the end of that's Captiva, another island. Beautiful place. I'm not going to undersell or oversell. It's a beautiful place. Beautiful sandy beaches. Amazing place. But they have nonpartisan races for all their seats out there. And because of that, it's been taken over by liberals. Now we've got straw bans to save the turtles. Even though even the environmentalist group says that straws don't hurt turtles. But that's what happens with these nonpartisan races in a very red area like this. These people fool people into thinking that they're conservative, and they're not. And then once they get in, we're like, oh my God, what have we done? And then it takes 4 years to get them back out again. And so you have to, if you have a nonpartisan race, you need to go and research. You just sit at your computer for 10 minutes, pull up the ballot, and research these people and find out which one is the conservative. Find out which one is the libertarian, the constitutionalist. Make sure you find the one that's what you are, okay? Don't let them tell you, oh, everybody loves me here. No, I want to know about your voting record. Here, say, what you doing? You gonna say hi to everybody? This is Littles, everybody. Come here. Don't show them your ass. Come around this way. Come here. Hey, come here. Turn around this way. There we go. There we go, you guys. All right. This is my boy right here. He's a good kitty. Yeah. This is Littles. Littles. Wow. All right. There's really no such thing. If you're an independent, then you're, God please, I'm going to say this and somebody out there is going to leave. If you are truly an independent and you can't see the difference here between right and wrong, you either need to look into politics more, watch some news, watch 1 minute of the Communist News Network and 1 minute or an hour of one and an hour of the other, whatever you got to do, and start to understand who the good guys are and who the bad guys are. Because it's no longer right and left, it's right and wrong. I've made that kind of the theme of my show. It's no longer right and left. And if you say you're in the middle because both parties are corrupt, that's an ignorant place to be, and I'm going to tell you why. You can go to 1,000 football games. If you never pick a team, you never go in there favoring a team, at the end of the entire thing, you will have never won a football game. The only people that win are the people that pick a side and stick with it and then push that side to victory. That's where the winning is. And people that lollygag around in the middle, there is no middle anymore. There's right and there's wrong. People say, oh, there's a partisan divide. There's a partisan wall in this country right now. But what people don't realize is you got 40-50% of this country on the right. And you got like 20% of this country that's tolerating this crazy bullshit on the left right now. It's the percentages are not good for the left. They're not good for the left. They have nobody on the bench for president coming up. They're not. There's probably not going to win the Senate. I don't see how they can even take the Senate. If they can't take the Senate, then they can't charge Trump with anything. Because what they want to do is walk in there and walk him out in handcuffs. That's what they want to do. They will immediately convene the first day in. They will convene 12 different hearings and get everything started. And they're going to try to indict him or impeach him, means the same thing. They're going to try to do that. And then once they impeach him, they're going to hold a trial. And they're going to subpoena him in there. And they're not going to give him kid gloves like they did with Bill Clinton in the cigar in the Oval, if you know what I mean. And they will perp walk him. And he'll spend the rest of his life in prison. I know it sounds nuts, but look how nuts it's been up till now. And trust me, if they can do it, they will do it. Look, they've been taking pot shots at him. There's another big, huge contract on him out right now. I don't know. Young voters, yes, starting to reject capitalism, but the tide's turning back now. There's a lot of things going on that people don't realize. First thing we're doing is we're cutting federal funding to these schools that aren't teaching the truth. If these schools are outside of what is actually in history and actually that's the problem with these schools is these, especially the left-wing colleges. They're teaching something that it's pseudo reality. It's not real. They teach they indoctrinate these children. And that's where the incursion is happening. That's where the foothold situation is. And now it's stretching into Congress and the Senate. But here's the thing. Down here in Florida, all the numbers are very encouraging. The young folks are conservative 2-to-1. 60-70% of youth down here identify as conservative. Now, if you go to a blue state and a blue city, I'm sure you'll find the opposite. That's fine. I get that. But the point is the indoctrination's over. We want our school board back. The neighboring counties are all doing the same thing. The inland counties never had the liberals take over in the first place. And so we're taking back our schools. That's what we have to do. Yes, many public schools today remain leftist indoctrination camps. That's true, William. If we could stop all the fraud, which, again, we're going to stop a lot of it with the SAVE Act if we can get it in. If we can stop the fraud, I don't know that the left would win any elections. The fraud is so rampant. There's so many different frauds, like what just happened in L.A. That was blatant fraud, right out for everyone to see. They don't give a shit. They do it right in front of everybody. Oh, hey, didn't come out like we wanted, so no news tonight. We'll see you guys in a week. Bye. And then a week later, they got all the votes they need. Now their person wins their socialist wins over the conservative by 1 full percentage point. Good deal. They manufactured votes. They swung at 9%. At 66% reporting, they shut it down. He was winning. He was coming in second place, which would have put him in the runoff. And they shut the elections down, and then 10 days later come out and announce, by the way, here's how it came out. We all know it's bullshit. The left knows it's bullshit, but they like it because it's working for them. I don't know, Cherokee. I don't know what the hell's going on with this. It's so important. This is the problem with the House and the Senate. Even when we have the majority, there's always 10 or 20 of these pompous assholes that won't get in line and do what needs to be done. Pisses me off. I wouldn't say we're close, but I would say we're definitely still working on it, and I hold out some hope. Yeah, well, if you saw it on CNN, I'm sure it's true. Yes, I agree. It would not drop. CNN lost so much of their viewership. It doesn't have a lot to do with what Trump called them. All Trump's doing is telling the truth about them, the truth that people already knew. Okay? So you can't blame somebody for telling the truth, okay, because that is the truth. It's okay to tell the truth. And it is. They are far, far left-wing, liberal, Democrat apologists. And that's what they are, and that's what they have been for a while. There was a time when CNN was the first and proud cable news organization. And then there's another day when CNN is just a complete pile of liberal shit, and that would be today. Yes, anyone that supports socialism is ignorant because all the evidence is there. All the information is there. All the history is there. If they care to look at it. The truth is out there, but you have to look for it. Name one country. Name one country where it's worked. And don't tell me Denmark, because it ain't even working there, and that's some little piece of shit place. Excuse me if you're from Denmark. I didn't mean it like that. Anyway, the point is yeah, well, that's the thing. They're always promised free stuff. They do give out a lot of free stuff. They are voting for it more, I'll admit, but that's because of the stepped up liberal indoctrination. It has nothing to do with more people becoming socialist. In fact, there's been a lurch towards the right. There's been a definite lurch towards the right. So I would not say, I would not classify it as that. I wouldn't. If socialism is so unpopular, it is unpopular to about 70% or more of the population. Absolutely. Even the people in the middle don't want it. The people on the right certainly don't want it. And there's a certain percentage of people on the left that don't want it. How much do you think of success is it going to have? I don't know. It's scaring me because you're right. There is an increase nationwide. You don't see it much in the red states, but it's there. It's everywhere. Yeah, Sweden. There you go. Do some reading on their healthcare system and how long people are waiting for shit. And by the way, that's like saying Sweden's like the size of the city of Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Okay, so you're not really you're comparing watermelons to peas. Oh, I'm sad to hear that that Greg Abbott's dog died. All right, well, Godspeed. I had a cat named Pancake, as strange it is. That's why when you let kids name cats. Free stuff's overrated because you know why? It's not free. That's why. It's not free. Portland, huh? But just so you know, I looked for protests just before we came on, and found none. Oh yes, it's a huge protest going on. Wow. Let me get that up, guys. Hey, by the way, did that geyser go off yet? What the hell? All right, upper left corner. This, guys, is going to be shocking to you. There is a huge, huge leftist protest going on in front of the ICE Center. There's so many people there now. I don't think they can get vehicles in and out at all. This is a crazy situation. I'm glad you guys are here watching this with us. It's an absolutely huge protest going on. Now, let's go live to the huge protest that's going on at the Portland ICE facility. These liberals are serious. Look, one of them's got a bullhorn. They are Signal Zero with a bullhorn. And the other one is wearing a costume. I'm not sure what they're supposed to be. I don't know what that is. So there you go, guys. I wanted you to see it here first on Starship Adventures. Large protest in progress right now in Portland, Oregon at the ICE Center. A fourth protester has showed. I wish I had my breaking news bell. Sting! This is a Fox News alert. Yet a fourth protester has showed up. A fourth protester has showed up at the ICE Center. There's now 4 protesters at the ICE Center. So out of the millions and billions of people in the world, 4 people has showed up to protest. They can't even get one protester for every person that's incarcerated in there. Oh, here he comes back again. Hey, did anybody see where I left my liquor bottle? I left it. I left it over here. Hey, puppy lady, do you know where I left my? Hey, lady, do you know where I left my bottle? Oh shit! I'm gonna look over here. Christ. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, dude, this is crazy, man. When you see this amount of protesters out, you have to pay attention. This is important. I lost count too. We're well over 3 now. It's the Million Man March, except this time it's a 3 lesbian and 1 drunk guy march. Good evening, Victor. Welcome in. Glad you're here. Thank you for coming in. And Cherokee, thank you. I don't know if I said hi or not, but hey, thanks for coming in. Yeah, lots more. It's terrible. Well, maybe they should give these guys meth and bust them out there. Is that mean? I mean, because, if it's mean, tell me. I'll tell, if it's mean, tell me. Hold on, guys. I'm working on something real quick here. There we go. There we go, you guys. All right. And, well, since we're talking about assholes, I want to remind everybody that this half hour of our show is sponsored by Trumpanol, the new Trumpanol fast-acting suppositories. Let's get right to the root of the problem. Trumpanol, the #1 treatment for Trump derangement syndrome. So try some today. Just stick a few of these right up your ass, and next thing you know, you'll be barbecuing out back and starting a new business and maybe even procreating a new family. So there you go. This is some great stuff, and all it takes is a few of these up the old chute, and you will be all much better. So there you go, Trumpanol, the new fast-acting suppositories from the makers of Trumpanol, the leading treatment provider for Trump derangement syndrome. Get some today wherever psychedelics are sold. That's Trumpanol for crazy liberals. No, they didn't clean it. They just smeared some paint on part of it. As a matter of fact, not only did they smear paint on it, They didn't even get a ladder because they only smeared paint as high as they could reach. Because I think all they were doing was covering up the graffiti that said F-U-C-K-I-C-E. All right. Yeah, and by the way, with that Trump and all, you ram as many of them up there as you need. I mean, if you're a real crazy, dyed-in-the-wool liberal, and you just got back from protesting and you're all fired up and you ran down 3 ICE agents, you better go ahead and put more than 2 in there. Yes. I think it's the 1%ers. Of course, now it's the 0.0000001 percenters. That would be a good sign. I'm a 0.0000001 percenter. Yo. Yes, trumpet drill works well. But that some other company makes that. But yeah, I heard that it works as well. Yes, for sure. I will tell you guys though, one of the best products they carry now is the new fast-acting Trumpet All. Because when you've just had it with the world, Trumpet All, by the makers of Trumpet All. This is a sedative for severe hyperactive TDS episodes. These is for someone that literally is running down ICE agents. You can take this syringe and you jam it in their leg, and you deliver the medicine intramuscular IM. And within 2 or 3 minutes they'll calm down, they'll become rational, and they'll see the world more plainly, and maybe they can get them in handcuffs, whatever it takes. But try this; it's good stuff. That's Trumpetol, by the makers of Trumpetol, for your out of control bitch ass wife when she starts her shit screaming and running down people. Yeah, this heat is terrible. This heat is nuts. Okay, it's nuts. We've got such incredible heat down here, that today my temperature gauge on my car said 111 degrees. Yep, I ain't lying. 111 degrees. Like, Jesus, you're kidding me, dude. Oh, I thought I might have it here, but I don't. Okay, never mind. I guess I don't think my shit's freaking uploading right or something. I got a new phone, but I don't think my pictures are going up like they're supposed to. But yeah, we got a big heat coming here as well, and it's here. It's been here for a week. It's terrible outside. That's why once I brought that little kitten in and let that little kitten live in here for a day or two, that's it. He don't want to go outside no more. He's like, yeah, I'm moving. He'll pack his little bags and come in. He don't have a lot of stuff yet. He's young. All right, so anyway, let's see here. What's next on the list for me to bitch about? A popular US-based gaming brand owned by Microsoft is facing fury after mass employee layoffs occurred in the wake of the company being approved for thousands of foreign worker visas. Microsoft announced that it will lay off 4,800 people, total and 1,600 from the corporate's Xbox division, which makes and sells the dominant video game console. Meanwhile, Microsoft has been approved this year to hire from foreign countries 2,273 employee-sponsored non-immigrant workers under what is known as an H-1B visa. According to data from the U.S. Citizen Immigration Services website. Furious online critics claim the American jobs are being unfairly handed to foreigners in an effort to cut labor costs, but the cost of leaving U.S. workers, but at the cost of, leaving these workers unemployed and in a lurch. A great way to fix this is to throw anyone doing this in prison. one user said on X. Fire Americans and replace with thousands of visa workers. Straight to jail, he says. It's the fault of our government for approving the H-1B visas, another social media user lamented. Our government has sold us out of jobs at home and keeping them. I think they're overplaying it a little bit, but I don't like this any more than I think anybody else does. It's an industrial scale job theft of Americans, according to some of these folks. Microsoft currently is now the sixth largest beneficiary of H-1B visas. The program that is overwhelmingly dominated by workers from India, the company has even more H-1B applications pending. Hi, Ed. What's going on, bud? What you doing? You hanging in there? The decisions are based on businesses' needs, not visa status, according to H-1B employees were also impacted by job eliminations. Oh, whatever. I don't know. What do you here's the thing that gets me. Unions come in and drive the cost of labor up to $150 an hour with full benefits and 4 weeks of paid vacation. And then they pull shit like this. Guess what? You're probably going to be surprised. I don't care. I don't care. Unions did this. These people that are out of work, they keep demanding more money and demanding more money and demanding more money, or they're going to strike, or they're going to quit, or they're going to whatever. This is what causes this. Do you think they want 2,263 foreign workers working in there, or would they rather have people that live here? But obviously, these unions have made it impossible to do that. So if you bring in people on H-1B visas, they're not in a union. Do the math. This is a way to get around unions. The unions are at fault here. Hey, incendiary, what's going on? Climate change, another big, huge joke. All right. Another story here. Ilhan Omar. You guys know her as one of the communist squad members from Somalia that's all tied up in all that fraud in Tampon Timland. Omar's disclosure erases millions, leaving her with potential negative net worth. She won't explain why. This stupid woman, and why would she do this? She puts out a financial statement that says she has $74,000 to her name. Then the following year, she puts out one that says she has like $16 million. Then when they ask her to clarify where all that money came from, she goes, oh no, it's only $100,000. I mean, she really screwed up big. They're now going to be launching an ethics investigation into her. She refuses to address her revised financial disclosures that could imply that she has a negative net worth after the progressive lawmaker dramatically reduced the reported value of assets tied to her husband's business ventures. This is fraud. Can you tell us if your husband still has the consulting business and the wine business? No answer. She stayed silent. She repeatedly questioned after previous telling Fox News Digital that the original filing showing Omar's report assets reducing by as much as $29 million was inaccurate and incomplete. How's that exactly? This woman's a crook. She's involved in all this Somali fraud all over the place. All right? This Somali fraud goes to the highest levels. It goes all the way up to Congress people. Yeah, I don't do surf and turf. I just do all turf. Why would anybody eat something that smells like boiling gym shoes when you can have a ribeye steak. I, I, I look at seafood and it makes me sick. I smell seafood and it makes me sick. Yeah, and I live in Southwest Florida. There's 40 restaurants in this county that I won't go into because they stink. Seafood smells. Someone tells me, if seafood's fresh, it doesn't smell. I'm like, well, I would like to see what fresh seafood looks like because I've never seen it. The Leering Center. Did you hear that, buddy? They're talking about the Leering Center. You know what I'm talking about, right? The Leering Center. Oh, okay. Let's see. Yeah, there you go, Cherokee. At least you're eating some seafood, I guess. Yeah, I don't like seafood at all. I don't eat anything that's nasty. Yep, this is actually Eddie right here. This is Ed. I know you guys can't really see him too much, but this is Ed sitting down here watching Fox News on my tablet. The House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer, Republican, Kentucky, has publicly voiced his interest in the Ethics Committee opening an investigation into Omar's personal finances after the 2025 financial reports came out showing the possibility of a $29 million drop in her net worth. Vice President J.D. Vance also has said that the U.S. Department of Justice will be opening a probe into her alleged fraud as part of the administration's anti-fraud task force that he spearheads. She might want to get scared right now. I don't know. It's very rare that a politician actually sees the inside of a jail, at least one of these, but they're not touring. But this could be one here. Omar is reluctant to answer questions by Fox News. She's also denied answering questions for several other news outlets. The Minnesota lawmaker similarly dodged questions, she didn't answer any of the questions put to her by Fox News Channel. There's also a possibility that it might rain on this sunny day, Omar replied without responding directly to the content in question. What the hell does... Her statement read, there's also the possibility that it might rain on this sunny day. Is that like Somali for, oops, you got me? Yeah, I don't know. Crazy bullshit. Okay, so unearthed records now. This is a different story. Unearthed records revealed a Democrat mayor, sought tax hikes to fund DEI roles ahead of a key House race. The rejected 2023 city budget earmarked $25,500 for a diversity, equity, and inclusion role in the city. This is in Scranton. Scranton mayor. I can't believe they're still pushing this stuff. But they are. Come on. DHS plans costly crackdown on states that don't cooperate on election security. This is awesome. This is what needs to happen. States must adopt paper ballots, manual audits, and save databases. California, they don't have any way to audit or go back and count. You have to just trust that they're right. No, bullshit. Look, we use machines here, and we use paper ballots. Then that paper ballot goes immediately, I put it myself into the machine, and then I see my votes on the screen, and I accept them. That is analog and digital backup. They keep them for 15 years or whatever, the ballots. And you check the computer record to make sure that your votes are correct. That is a great system. It's a great system. But if you do this, there's a double redundant paper trail. There's a digital paper trail and there's a physical paper trail. So the left doesn't want to do it because the left never does what's practical because they're breaking the rules. They know they're winning on fraud, so they don't want to clean any of this up. Why would they vote against something like cleaning the rolls of dead people? They are vehemently fighting cleaning the rolls of dead people. They're vehemently fighting clearing the rolls of illegals. They're clearly fighting requiring ID to vote. Why would they do this? The only reason to do this is to continue the fraud that's been going on, the culture of fraud that's been going on in the Democrat Party. And not only in the Democrat Party, but just Democrats across the country that are voting for their dead grandmother, voting for their dead grandfather, putting out requests for 70 mail-in ballots for all the people in a nursing home. And then the girls sit up at the nurse's station and fill them all out all night. That's what's going on. They caught them doing it. That's who cares, Blue? Who cares? He's not a bad loser. Why do you call him a bad loser? He lost. He came back and he beat him back. Okay? How many times has that been done exactly? All right? Sounds to me like, again, dealt lemons, made lemonade. I don't see where the problem is here. No, Elian Omar never answers questions. I don't think Kamala could have won. I really don't. She's such just an absolute shit candidate that she lost enough of the middle that I don't know. It would have been a lot closer. I mean, Trump won by a lot. But no, I don't think she could have possibly won. She's a dolt, and everybody knows it. So the Department of Homeland Security is going to withhold billions in preparedness grant funding from states that refuse to adopt the new election security measures, including voter citizenship verification, post-election audits, and expanded use of paper ballots. This push comes as President Donald Trump and many Republicans slam states that do not want to let the federal government audit their voting records. Why, if you're doing everything above board, why would you not care? Why would you care? Again, the left is just crooked. No matter where you go, they're crooked. Now, finally, Democrats ditch their morals for Maine. Graham Plattner, as we saw last night here on the show, he released a video and stepped down. Now, he has not submitted his paperwork. Come on, Ed. He has not submitted his paperwork yet to bow out. He has a few days to do that, maybe a week. I don't know what it is, but he has to get that done within a certain time, or he screws his party out of being able to put up another candidate. The Democrats have two ways of doing this. They can put together a committee and appoint somebody, or they can do an open vote. They've already decided they're not going to do an open vote. They're going to appoint a committee. They're going to kind of do the same thing they did with Kamala Harris. They're going to install her without an election of the general Democrat population. So there you go. Yes, because Kamala never won a primary for presidential. She didn't. She was appointed to that. And that would be the same thing. So, yeah. Having Harris on there, it did. It turned it into a farce. That's exactly what happened. She never would have won, I don't think. I don't think she ever would have won. I think it's really bad that this man, the Democrats found out that he has a Nazi tattoo on his left breast. Then they find out that he has said some really awful things that are documented, and they're in Facebook and wherever. Then they find out that he raped a Republican woman. Then they find out that there's a bunch more shit that comes out. that he wrote on Facebook, including demeaning women, racist things, fascist things. And the Democrats are still okay. No, no, he's okay. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. I'm telling you. He's fine. He's a good guy. Well, guess what? Guess what happens? Oh, it came out he raped another woman, and he was inappropriate to more women. And this time the women were Democrats. Isn't it weird that politics is in everything we do and everything we talk about? But it seems like it's there. The first Democrat, the first person that reported it was a Republican. So it was easy for the left to just say, "Oh, she's just trying to ruin him. She's a Republican. She's just trying to ruin him." But then when it became, but then when it came around, no, there was another one, and this time it's a Democrat, and that's it. He had to drop out. He does look creepy. He sounds creepy. He is creepy. I'd love to talk AI with him and AI sentience. I would love to talk to those guys next time we get together in a couple weeks or whatever. I would like to talk about machines becoming sentient. And when do they think that happens? Do they use the Star Trek rule? Cat, please stop fucking with my camera. Stop. Do they use the Star Trek rule of sentience, or do they use the I don't know. What other one is there? I don't know. But I think it's important that we talk about it. So if they want to talk about that, I think that would be a good topic. I would like to know, do they think we're reaching sentience? When do they think that is? Or is it simply just the machine reacting? And so I would love to talk to them about that. Yes, I do believe they are blue, to a degree. I do believe you're correct. Um, I would love hearing more about the sodium battery stuff. I haven't even researched it yet, so that would be a good one. This all sounds good to me. Hey, Eddie, you are crazy, big man. What are you doing? Getting his belly scratched is what he's doing. All right, let's see what we got here. We talked about that last night. Okay, finally, for my last main story here, it's 10:32 on the East Coast, 7:32 on the left coast, and this is Starship Adventures. My name is Ian, and the show is called The Sights and Sounds of Earth, and we're on every night at 9 p.m. Eastern, where we cover 2 hours of news, and we do commentary, talk, and we're science heavy in here. And so I'm glad you guys are here watching the show tonight. And we're watching this storm complex right here. And we do have a storm chaser, but I don't... there he is. He's back. So I'll put him back up here, and we can keep an eye on this complex of storms. All right. And then finally, I wanted to talk about this. Yeah, believe it or not, Popeyes. I just gave it away, but that's okay. Chefs name America's best fast food fried chicken and biscuits, and one chain stands above the rest. Bold seasoning, lasting crunch, and flaky biscuits help make fast food chicken chain earn near a unanimous praise from chefs. I couldn't believe how many people just went apeshit over this chicken. When it comes to fast food fried chicken and biscuits, Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen is the clear winner, professional chefs say. All recipes asked 5 chefs to judge the fast food restaurants on their fried chicken and biscuits. They based their votes on the chicken's crispiness, long-lasting crunch, minimal greasiness, and ample seasoning. For the biscuits, the chefs looked for rich, buttery flavor, flaky layers, and a tender texture. I'm always looking for a crispy, craggy coating that stays crunchy even after sitting for a few minutes, according to a New Jersey-based recipe developer. Flour rather than batter is the key to achieving more crunch, added Iowa-based chef Dominic Lanarelli. It is fried chicken, so some grease is expected. Texas-based cookbook author Kelly Jaggers said, but if it runs down my hand while I'm eating it, that's a problem. The chef agreed that good fried chicken should stand on its own rather than rely on dipping sauces. Instead, the seasoning should be the star. And it's true, I can eat Popeye's chicken without dipping. And I'm a dipper, so there you go. I prefer to dip. They got the best dipping sauces, too. That's another thing. Of all the barbecues, McDonald's, Burger King, wherever you want to go, Culver's, I don't know, wherever there's every place that has barbecue sauce, they have the best barbecue sauce. It's by far the best barbecue sauce, in a little cup of barbecue sauce in a fast food restaurant. So I always get the dipping sauce, but it should be something that's good even without the dipping sauce. I want juicy meat, according to another one. The chicken leans entirely on dipping sauce for flavor. That's not good, but the best thing about Popeyes is it's very spicy. All right, let's see here. So there you go. They have praised Popeyes for embracing a bold seasoned texture, bold seasoning, and a great texture with a chicken. It's also never greasy. It tastes brined and is extremely flavorful and never dry. So I can't believe the praise they're getting. But then again, if I'm standing, if I'm in front of of 5 chicken places and one of them's Popeyes, I will go to the Popeyes. I do like KFC, but not as much as Popeyes. I've had Bojangles. We don't have them down here, but I've been in a Bojangles. They're about the same as Popeyes. It's almost identical menu and food. I think there's another one too. There's like 3 of them that are all kind of the same. That Louisiana chicken. So yeah, ratings from customers and the chefs that they talked to all rated Popeyes the best. So there you go. Where's my little kitty? Yeah, that's what I'm asking. I don't see him. Where's the little kitty? Oh, he's probably sleeping somewhere. Ed, go find the little kitty. Churches, that's the third one. Churches is good as well. I've had Churches, Bojangles, and Popeyes, and they're all kind of the same thing. And I find them all to be good. I think Popeyes is probably the best. Grandy's fried chicken, my God, I didn't know Grandy's was still around. All of our Grandy's closed up 20 years ago. They've even ripped the buildings down. Well, no, one building's a Chinese restaurant. They ripped the other one next to the strip club down. I used to like Grandy's. I used to call Grandy's. It was basically corporate country fried steak is pretty much what it was, and I liked it. Yeah. Yeah, I eat a lot of chicken. I'm a beef guy, but the chicken's cheaper, and I like the chicken almost as much. Grandy's was awesome. They had amazing mashed potatoes. I didn't mind the meat. The meat patties were good. I liked them. Yeah, it's a shame they're gone. I used to love eating at Grandy's. The veggies were good in Grandy's, too. I eventually got to go find what you guys did with this little cat. Wow, there you go, Incognita. Talk about fresh. Yeah, Grandy's fried chicken fried steak. That's what I used to get was the chicken fried steak. I'm glad to hear they're still out there. I don't get out to Oklahoma and Texas ever, but if I do my cross country trip, like I'm planning to do once this channel gets up in numbers, I'm going to make it a point to eat in a Grandy's restaurant again. I had no idea they were still around. I don't know why it went out of business. I wonder stuff like that. They were never overly busy. No, as a matter of fact, I can remember going in there and eating, and I'm the only one sitting in there. I mean, me and whoever I was eating with. I don't know. I don't understand. I hate that we've lost so many good places. Old places too. Like when I was a kid, like when I was in high school, there was a sandwich shop called Rax. There was a bunch of them across the country, hundreds of them. They were like an Arby's, but it was called Rax, R-A-X. I used to love that place, man. They had great hot ham and cheese and roast beef sandwiches and fries. They were really good. And that's now a strip club, the one next to Grandy's. The Grandy's building's gone, and that building there is a strip club now. The Rax building. R-A-X. I watched something a while back about I like to, when I get up in the morning, I like about an hour of stimulation on here. And what I do is I get up and I watch about things. I watched something the other day on J.C. Penney. J.C. Penney, I don't know, a lot of you probably never heard of it, but J.C. Penney is a fairly big textile company that's in many malls around the country, including the Edison Mall here in Lee County, Fort Myers. Yes, Rax roast beef. There it is. Yep, Rax. That's it. I never heard of Chicken Express, but it sounds good. Boston Market chicken's good. I've had it. They're also another one that's kind of moved out of here. I don't see any Boston Markets anymore, much ever. But I watch. Does he? That's interesting. Well, let me tell you what's going on with our J.C. Penney here. The air conditioner has been broke for 3 months. It's hotter than shit in there. And the workers are working, everybody's sweating, and it's been going on for 3 months. And everything's on sale, 50% off, 40% off. I bought this shirt in J.C. Penney. I don't buy a lot of stuff in J.C. Penney. I bought 3 shirts in there because they're $30 shirts for $20. And I need shirts for work, so I bought 3 of these, and I saw they were all still in there on sale today. I might pick me a few more up next time I'm in there, but then again, I may never walk through that store again. It's too hot. Yeah, because Rax hasn't been around for a long time. But yeah, J.C. Penney. Obviously sold out at some point. I thought J.C. Penney was partially owned by Malls of America now, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I watched the story on that. Here's another restaurant we used to love down here, Lums. L-U-M-S, Lums. Used to have like a New Orleans look. They specialized in everything beer. Beer batter this, beer batter that. They had wings. They had all kinds of different stuff. And it was called Lums. And we used to love to go sit and eat in there. Moorhead, I can tell you a story. We got Mission Barbecue down here. They have wonderful food. Wonderful food. They do a lot of our catering at work. They're amazing. But I can't go eat in there. It's too expensive. I bring Mom there to eat. We get out of there, it's $50. It's barbecue, for Christ's sake. We've got Smoke and Pit in Rib City. Smoke and Pit, for instance, used to be called Fat Boys, but they had to, make it politically correct. The Smoke and Pit restaurant you can still go in there and you can get out. We get out with the tip and everything for about 28 bucks for two of us. And that's sandwich, fries, big old huge iced tea. And they got sliced pork. It's something you cannot get in parts of this country. I go up north of Atlanta, you cannot get sliced pork. You can't get it. It's like the pigs can't be sliced up there or something. It's against the rules. But I don't get it. Down here, all the barbecue restaurants have sliced pork. Up there, it's all pulled pork. I don't like pulled pork. I don't like pulled pork. If I want pulled pork, I'll pull my own. I don't need that. All right? I like sliced pork. And so down here, you can still get a sliced pork sandwich and fries for 10 bucks. I mean, it's not bad. No, you're not weird, Moorhead. Down here, they have both, and more people order the sliced than the pulled. You know why people went to pulled pork? Laziness. Because you can't slice. You got to slice it when someone's ordering a sandwich, or it gets dry really quick. Okay? However, pulled pork, you just put it in there with the barbecue sauce and let it simmer in a crock pot. It can sit there, cook for 12 hours. Just keep pouring water in it. You're fine. But sliced pork takes a little bit more work to get a really good sandwich out of. I don't eat sausage in any form. Yes, pulled pork's easy. That's why they all went to it. You're absolutely right. Oh, the sweet. Everybody has sweet tea down here. I went to it's called Buffet City. It's called Buffet City. It reminds me of that UHF movie, Spatula City. Spatula City. Do you need a spatula? Come to Spatula City. That's right. It's Spatula City. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up the movie UHF with Weird Al Yankovic. Worth an hour and a half of your time. It's a great, great cult classic movie. All right. So, but yeah, we go to this place and they got tables of American food. They got all kinds of shit. They got stuff I don't eat, like sushi. They got all kinds of stuff in there, and the prices are fairly reasonable. It's kind of surprising. What a great place that is. We went and ate there today, as a matter of fact. They got the best Hawaiian chicken ever. Yeah, I love sweet and sour chicken. They got that there. I get the sweet and sour sauce in a little cup, and that's what I dip my egg roll in. I used to go stay with my aunt and uncle, and they used to make sun tea all the time. They had a big jar. They'd say, go make sun tea, and I'd put 4 big bags in there and fill this jar up, put the lid on it, and go stick it out there was a spot for it out there in the sun. Our Arby's closed up and left. We lost our Arby's about a month ago. I drove in there and the sign is missing. And as I drive around the building, I realized that they're done. It's gone. Everything's gone. And I have been eating in that Arby's for 45 or more years. That Arby's moved in there when I was about 10 years old, and it quickly became my second favorite restaurant. And when I was in high school, we used to drive there after high school and sit in there and eat lunch. So, I mean, that's crazy when you think about it. And it's gone. I mean, yeah. Yeah, well, when you do sun tea, you have to bleach out the container because it'll get slimy quick. Oh, I love Arby's. Arby's is probably my second favorite restaurant, and it's the Arby's sauce. I'm hooked on the sauce. I remember Burger Chef and Super Chef on TV. We never had them down here. You know, the weird thing is we don't have a lot of restaurants down here because we're way down at the bottom of the country's pecker, and we really don't get a lot of different stuff down here. And all of our Long Johns are now gone. All of our Captain D's are now gone. And like I said, our are all closing up. At least some of them. I know at least 4 of them closed up. It sucks. We did just get a Wawa, Slater and Bayshore. But I'll tell you, Wawa's about priced me out of business. I shouldn't have to pay $20 for a turkey panetta with bacon on it, and a soda fountain drink, and a medium buffalo macaroni and cheese. $20. Now I can go next door to Burger King and get chicken fries, mozzarella fries, and French fries, and make me a little fry bag, as I call it. Okay? And I can get all that with a drink for $11. So Wawa they're pricing themselves out of business for me. Yeah, I like I said, I like Wawa. Yeah, I saw the Arby's sauce in Walmart. I've actually bought it. I've got a container of it in my refrigerator. Long John's and A&W merged. That's interesting because Yum Brands has just let go of Arby's, or just let go of Long John's. So it doesn't surprise me that A&W picked it up. Yeah, they got Chick-fil-A sauce. I've seen a bunch of different sauces now at the grocery store. When they first started doing that, the sauce was not the same. It was terrible. Like they had Taco Bell taco sauce in there. It tasted and looked nothing like the Taco Bell taco sauce. But that's changed over the years. Now, if it says what it is, it's pretty close to what you get in the fast food store. Whataburger. We are getting those down as far as Tampa, I think, now. I think we may eventually see a Whataburger down here. I'll tell you, the big phenomenon is Buc-ee's. We're getting a Buc-ee's a year right now. We've gotten, I think we got 2 or 3 now in Florida, or at least they're building them. Georgia's got some. We stop at the one in Georgia. A lot of times we'll go in there and get one of those brisket sandwiches. My God, they're good. Yeah, there's no Whataburger up north. There's no Whataburger down here either. Yeah. Kitty, what are you doing? You making enough space for yourself? Ed will just keep moving until there's enough space for everything. I love Taco Bell. I don't care if it's real Mexican. The truth is, I go to a Guanamia, I don't like it. I don't like it. When you put the word authentic before something, I don't want it anymore. I like Americanized. I like corporatized, Americanized food. I don't want authentic Italian food. I want Americanized Italian food. Okay? I have seen what they call pizza in Italy, and they don't know what they're talking about. All right? That's not pizza. Domino's has real pizza. Now, come on. Domino's is the best pizza. I used to be a real Pizza Hut fan, but they've all dried up too. They're all gone. I hear they're still around in some places, but they have all closed up down here. They're all gone. There's not a single Pizza Hut left down here. We used to love Pizza Hut. We'd go over after training some nights and sit and eat a pizza in there, right over on Palm Beach Boulevard, and that was good. Or we'd go sit at Perkins over there. That's gone too. We do still have a Perkins, but we've lost several of them. We do still have one good one here in North Fort Myers. It's kind of sad. We've lost a lot of fast food restaurants. Tex-Mex, that's right. I like the Southwest flavor. I really do. I also like the Louisiana flavor, hence the Popeye's chicken. I like spicy food. I'm from the South. Do you guys know why people in the South like spicier food than people in the North? Because we used to have to use more spice and salt down here in order to cure our meat because of the warmth, because of the lack of refrigeration. So people in the South got used to their food being much saltier because it was salted more and it was cured. So there you go. There's Pizza Huts there. Man, I hear that some of them actually reverted back to the old red, white, and black setup with the windows and everything. I hear some of them went back to that original look, and some of them are staying the newer look. I love Pizza Hut. I love their pizza, but like I said, they've been gone for a while down here. Taco John's. Yeah, we don't have those. I've never heard of those. Oh really? Okay, well Papa John's we have down here. I don't like their pizza. I'm not saying it's bad, I just don't like it. I'm a Domino's guy. Steak and Shake. Worst fries in the business. But they have great sandwiches. They've gone to almost an automated store. We walked in the one here, you don't even speak to anybody. You put your order in the kiosk and you go sit down. And then they yell, and you come up and you get your order, and then they give you a ticket to get your drink. No free refills. And because I don't like the fries, and because they no longer give free refills on the drinks, I've stopped going to Steak and Shake. Yeah, I don't like deep dish. I like thin crust. The bread is just a mechanism to hold the toppings. You don't need to make a big old thick bread on there. Yeah, the fries in Steak and Shake are way too small. They're cold when they get to the table. When I do go there, I order a bowl of chili or something because I don't eat their fries. They're terrible. If I want those, I can buy a can of those at the grocery store. Five Guys is extremely expensive. I went in there and got a burger and fries, and it was $20. And I'm sorry, but it wasn't that good. Wasn't much on their fries. They do the fresh cut fries. I actually prefer frozen fries. CC's Pizza. We used to have those. I don't know if we have many more though. I'll tell you something I tried recently that surprised me was Firehouse Subs. A little expensive, but Firehouse Subs, I'm an old fireman, so there you go. But Firehouse Subs, we walked in there. Heath talked me into going in there. Him and I and a couple of other of our communications buddies went there after a ham fest one day up in the Atlanta area, and we went into a Firehouse Subs, and man, that was the best ham, cheese, and bacon sub I'd ever put in my mouth. It was amazing. I brought Mom there a couple times. She likes it. We've ate there now. We're eating there now from time to time. It's actually really good. Again, if they had French fries, I would eat there all the time. These restaurants that think that they can get away without serving French fries, you lose my business. Because I'm a French fry freak, and I don't make them at home. So the only time I get them is when I eat out. Yeah, that's fine. If you like a lot of bread, if you're wanting like a big bread sandwich with some Italian shit on top, get you that thick ass thing. I don't care. I like the thin because all I care about's the meat toppings. And I do extra robust sauce, I do extra cheese, double pepperoni, straight ham, straight beef, and straight bacon. And I put that on there. That's the perfect pizza. It's on thin crust. It's really crunchy and amazing. and it's the best. We have Culver's. Culver's prices have gone up a lot lately. I got a 3-piece fish dinner out of there one night, and with that and a drink, they charged me again to over $20. I've become very cognizant of how much meals cost, and I'm reasonable. I know that if I'm going to go eat a really nice meal, I'm going to spend 20, 30 bucks. But if I go get like a Culver's burger and fries with a drink, it shouldn't be $18. It should be like $12 at the most. And so it's too much. We eat at Culver's every now and then. See, I mention eating out with Mom because that's the only time I eat out. I do not eat out. I will pick up fast food on the way home. But for the most part, I don't eat out at all. I'll pick up something on the way home. Oh, okay. We have Denny's down here. They've all closed up. We've lost all of our Denny's in the last 5 years. We also have, what is that? Bob Evans. We've lost over half our Bob Evans in the last 5 years. And I saw somebody mention Ruth Chris. Ruth Chris, one of the more expensive steakhouses. I actually, for a short time, worked security. And one of the jobs I did was securing this large hotel that had a Ruth's Chris in it. And as an employee of the hotel, because my company employed me and sent me to the hotel, as an employee of the hotel, I could buy anything I wanted at Ruth's Chris for 50% off. So I would go over there once a week as a treat, and I would order me a ribeye steak and a baked potato and some broccoli. And it's like $38 or something. And it would end up costing me like, this was back then. This was still expensive, but it would be like 20 bucks for a ribeye and a potato, all from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Probably some of the best steak I've ever ate. So I always thought that was kind of cool that we got to do that. Yeah, cheese curds. I've had them a few times, different places. You still have Denny's and Bob Evans. Well, there you go. Yeah, the big slam breakfast at Denny's. I'm weird on my fries. There's certain fries I like more than others. Wendy's fries are okay. They're passable. I actually prefer, like, the Five Guys fries I don't like. Why? They're fresh fries. They're cooked in good grease. I don't know. I don't like them. I love McDonald's French fries. I love Steak and Shake's French fries. Burger King's French fries are good. I'm trying to think. Culver's French fries are passable. They're good. I like those. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. A lot of them, it is COVID. COVID is still out here destroying. The damage has been done. And a lot of these ships, the damage was done a long time ago. The water's been leaking in for a while, and now they're sinking. And that's kind of just what's going on. It just alarms me how many restaurants we've lost just in the last 5 years. How many complete franchises we've lost in the last 5 years. Yeah, and you're right, when cooked right. You can go to McDonald's and they've been sitting for 20 minutes. You can go to McDonald's and they've overcooked them by 2 minutes. You can also go to McDonald's and they've undercooked them. But for the most part, when they cook them right, McDonald's fries are about the best you're going to get. I liked Arby's because they had curly fries and they had crinkle cut fries. Those are two of my favorite kinds of fries. I used to have them mix it because I like both kinds of fries. Oh yeah, there's been a lot of Mon Pa's gone out of business down here. You're absolutely correct. Absolutely. Yeah, I will tell you that before COVID, every McDonald's in town here was 24 hours. I still don't think they're 24 hours, any of them. I think maybe one. Every McDonald's was 24. Every Walmart was 24 hours. Now they all close at midnight. Yeah. Hardee's, what a disappointment. I used to like Hardee's some. They had roast beef sandwiches and hot ham and cheese and different kinds of stuff. And then they were bought out by Carl's Jr. and they just turned them into more Carl's Jr. And we didn't need any more burger places. We do still have one Hardee's in operation here in the county. Yeah, the 24 hour stuff, we lost that during COVID, and it never came back. The only place we have right now, there is one Walgreens that's 24 hours, and it's down in town. So, but at least there's somewhere you can go and get some Robitussin at 2 in the morning. And then if you need food, it's Wawa. There is nobody else serving cooked food at 2:30 in the morning down here. There's nobody. Used to be the Perkins was open all night, 24 hours. The Denny's was open all night, 24 hours. The Bob Evans was open late. The Taco Bell used to be open till 3 or 4 in the morning. I mean, you could eat through the night here. Now we have Wawa, but at least we have something. You can go into a Wawa and get about 70% of their menu in the middle of the night. Oh, I've never had Hardee's biscuits and gravy, but it sounds good. Krispy Kreme. I don't do donuts much. I don't know. I was a cop for a little while, so I don't like donuts, if you know what I mean. Now, I've never really, I'm not a sweets person. I'm not a donuts person. So I don't know that I've ever been in a Krispy Kreme or even a Dunkin'. I like that Dunkin' has taken Starbucks to the cleaners, by the way. Starbucks is closing stores. They are the biggest food serving franchise out there, and they are now in trouble. They're starting to close stores all over the place. I miss 24-hour Walmart. I used to go in there at 2 o'clock in the morning and do all of my shopping. I would wait till one night I'm laying there and I can't sleep. Yep, that's it. I get up and I go. Yeah, pizza places would stay open all night or at least till 2 or 3 in the morning. Now you're lucky to find them open past 11 p.m. Hardee's has... It's been a while since I've been in Hardee's. I couldn't have told you they had curly fries. All right, guys, let's do final comments. Anything else you guys want me to talk about real quick before we go out? And while you're putting that in, I'm going to go check and make sure that there's been no breaking news out there that we've all missed. Yeah. Okay, Trump announced a little while ago that there is a plot against his life, and they want to take him out, Iran. Israel shares intelligence warnings that Iran plotted new assassination attempts against President Trump. Iranian mourners at Khamenei's funeral displayed a banner that said, "We will KILL Trump as IRCG threats mount." The reported intelligence would mark an escalation in the long-standing threats against Trump. Iran has repeatedly vowed to retaliate against the 2020 U.S. strike that killed the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps General Qassem Soleimani. The new House referred Fox News Digital to Trump's remarks Wednesday when they asked about it. So yeah, there you go. A little scary, guys. He has the best protection in the world. We have to pray that's enough. That's it. It's scary, but that's what we have to do. We have to pray it's enough. I noticed it when he was speaking over the 4th. He was standing in glass boxes. I don't know if you guys noticed that. He was inside a glass box, or at least a glass wall. Yeah, I think many restaurants are going to go fully mechanized. Before long, there'll just be one employee that works there. I welcome it. I want my burger to be the same every time. And I don't want to have to deal with rude teenagers. The Trunk Monkey anti-theft device. Well, that's what I did. I ordered a pizza yesterday at Domino's, and I brought it home. And they've got a deal. Go to your Domino's app, click deal, then click national. Nobody finds these because they've got them hidden behind tabs. Go to deals, and then go to. I showed Trey Radel tonight. He ordered a pizza right there. Go to deals, go to national, and the very first one you will see says any pizza, any topping, $10. Now that's a good deal, okay? And I buy a $10 pizza and bring it home and get 2 full meals out of it. That's $5 a meal. I can't eat cheaper than that. I really can't, unless I'm eating a can of soup. It's pretty hard to get under $5 nowadays. All right, I'll put that in my show notes. Trunk Monkey. What? That was Teddy, by the way. I don't know what his problem is. What are you doing? Oh, this looks like fun. Okay, I'll watch it. Trunk Monkey. Yeah, these new little delivery things they've got running around, I think they're really cool. How could Domino's screw up a pizza? I mean, you just take the thing out, you put it on the thing, and you put the stuff on it, and you run it through the damn oven. Yeah, a $10 one topping pizza, I can get for $10 a pizza with whatever I want on it. Up to like up to 9 or 10 things, and that includes extra cheese, extra sauce, and extra pepperoni. Yeah, what a deal. But I do like Pizza Hut as well. All right, guys, I'm going to call it. It's been a long night. It's here 11:13 on the East Coast and 7:13 on the left coast behind enemy lines. And we're going to be signing off here in just a few minutes. Again, I want to thank everybody for being here. It's been a fun show. And what is wrong? Man. He's going to end up pulling something down here in a minute anyway. So, oh, no worries, guys. I love doing it. All right. The only good thing about having the studio in here is that it's not far to bed. Although I got to go out and feed cats and stuff before I go. But anyway. All right, everybody. I want you to have a good night out there. My name's Ian. This is Starship Adventures. And this has been the Sights and Sounds of Earth right here on Starship Adventures. And I don't know
And I just want to say that this is my first term.
where is all this audio coming from. Jeez.
No, they're not winning it, but they're certainly exercising some level of control.
It's
that
all
is
these
not
auto-playing things. Fox News auto-plays on every screen. It's terrible. All right, so there we go. Let's see. That's all off. Okay, guys. All right, I'm going to catch you guys on another night. We'll be back tomorrow night, same time, same channel, right here on Starship Adventures. We'll see you guys then. 7-3s, and have a good night out there, guys. Have a really good night. We'll see you later. This is the YouTube channel Starship Adventures, broadcasting live from Starship Studios in North Fort Myers, Florida, in the United States of America. We thank you for joining us this evening for another broadcast of the Sights and Sounds of Earth, covering every breaking news story across this troubled planet of ours. We brought you the raw, unfiltered pulse of the world in real time through our unique multi-screen format. Broadcasting in high definition worldwide via fiber optic connection. Starship Adventures, a new kind of YouTube content. To our regular viewers, our loyal crew members, our amazing moderators, and everyone who tunes in each night at 9 p.m. Eastern, we thank you. Your support keeps this independent voice alive and well. We'll be back tomorrow evening at 9 p.m. Eastern with another live edition of the Sights and Sounds of Earth, right here on Starship Adventures. Until then, stay safe, stay informed, and may God bless you and these United States of America. This is Starship Adventures, and this concludes our broadcast day. Good night, America, and around the world. Kilo Oscar 4, Echo Foxtrot Sierra, signing off. QSY 73s, everyone, 73.